Thank you. Earlier on, I asked you to call me Fable. Now it's Chef Fable. Okay. So, as you can find out, I'm not really a storyteller. This is what I am or was. But behind that is one of my favorite stories. It's an old traditional Eastern European story called Stone Soup. Way back at the turn of the last century, there's many wars in Europe, there's still many wars in Europe. And you had two soldiers coming back home from a long campaign. Pedro and Mikhail. Pedro and Mikhail, they were going through a small province, and there they came across a village. Now this village was very, very suspicious of strangers. They had been robbed, they had been pillaged, they had been through war. But Mikhail and Pedro were just wanting to go home. And they came to this village and everybody was spying them with suspicion. Pedro, it looks like we're going to have to make some stone soup if we're going to get any chance of us having a meal and a rest for the night. Well, Mika, I think I agree. And so they went off into the center of town, and Pedro took out a nice shiny stone. Has anyone got an old pot? He said. At first they were kind of suspicious, but an old pot? What would they want with an old pot? I'd want to make some stone soup. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Stone soup? He's crazy, he's from the war. No, please, trust me. I will share it with you. Please, for some stone soup. Well, curiosity, as I can see, is getting the better of you, got the better of them, and someone produced a large pot. We need water. Another villager says, I can bring some water from the well. Another villager was saying, well, I could light a fire. And they did. And they placed the pot on, filled it with water, and placed the stone in there. After a few moments, oh, this would be good soup. I wonder if we can find some roots and old herbs. Well, curiosity got the better of them. Another villager says, I have some old root, I have potato, I have pumpkin. We can cut that up and put that in there. How about some herbs, some thyme, some rosemary? And they place that in there. And Mikhail this time went to it and go, it needs some stock. Has anyone got some old bones? Another farmer ran back and put in some chicken bones and some pork bones. And the smell started to fill around. They all started to gather with curiosity and start talking to one another. Hey, Miss Henry, do you know who these strangers are? Oh, I've never seen them before. Oh, what are they cooking? I think they said stone soup. Stone soup? And they were smelling that. It needs some body. Put in some potatoes, some cassava. Oh, some seasoning. And they brought paprika, pepper, salt. Slowly started to boil. Oh, the whole villagers started to talk out of curiosity. They started wanted to while away the time. Mika says, does anyone know some old songs? And they started to sing some songs from the village. Someone had an old violin, and everyone was talking with one another. You ever remember that old Russian song? A lot of you, maybe some of you younger ones, know that Tetris game. You are the slowest group that I've known ever. Anyway, as time went on and they were laughing and joking, another villager brought in some meat to add to the pot. Another villager started to tell funny stories. They were all gathering around Pedro and Miguel. laughing and joking. And then at the end of it, as they started to dish out the stone soup and try this lovely stock-filled soup with meat and herbs and root vegetables, it was delicious. Well, Pedro and Miguel did get to eat that night. They did not get much rest. And they left a happier village, waving goodbye. Now remember this, and remember the importance of how food can bring you all together. And as you know, these stories are food for your thought, and you have all come together tonight. Stories not only to entertain, to educate and share. I'm glad that you got to share this with me, and thank you for listening to my favorite story of stone soup.
What did they do with the stone when they were done?
Oh gosh, they saved it for the next village.
Nice.